Okay, continuing with the Palo Alto Panorama overview part 2. So this is all about a small topic which I want to discuss. So Panorama, it uses the concept of device groups and templates. So when you log into the Panorama, you will find that device groups and templates uh, to generally to group the firewalls into some logical sets, right? So the term is device groups and templates. Okay, so it is used to group the firewalls into some logical sets that require similar configuration. Okay, so group firewalls into logical sets that require similar configurations. So normally we use this device groups and templates to centrally manage all the configurations, elements like policies, objects for your managed firewalls. And Panorama also enables you to centrally manage the license, the software. There is PANOS software, might be the SSL VPN software, or the Global Protect agent, or its application software, content updates like application threats, wildfire, antivirus. So all those things can be centrally managed, right, from Panorama to the managed firewalls. So all device that group, all device group, the template stack configurations, the objects are required to have a unique name. Okay, so that is important. And in the event of some sort of unforeseen restart of your managed firewall or Panorama, if that occurs, any uncommitted configuration changes to your device groups and templates are preserved locally, so until you successfully commit those changes. So a restart can be the restart of the firewall or Panorama or the PANOS management process. Okay, that is part of the configuration management. So for firewalls or Panorama, in any sort of high availability configuration, any uncommitted configuration changes do not automatically sync across the HA pairs in the event of some sort of unforeseen restart. Okay, so basically if there is any sort of unforeseen restart for your managed firewall or for your Panorama that occurs, what I want to tell you is all the uncommitted changes in the device are preserved locally, so they are saved, and you can commit those once they are powered on back. So apart from device groups and templates, which we'll be configuring later, but you should know that, hey, device groups and templates are used to group the firewalls, to manage the firewalls and the configurations locally. Right, regarding this particular Panorama mode that I was discussing, right, just give me a second. So I was discussing regarding the Panorama mode, right? So you have got Panorama that can work as either a physical appliance or a virtual appliance. We know it can work as a Panorama mode, right? It can work as a legacy mode, similarly it can work as a management only mode, or it can perform like a logger, and it's a dedicated log collector. Right, dedicated, or I should say log collector, which could be also called as a logger. Okay, so the minimum resource requirement for those, so if let us say it is running in Panorama mode, the minimum resource requirement is it's 8 CPU core and 16 GB of RAM. In case of dedicated log collector, the minimum resource requirement would be 8 CPU core and again 16 GB of RAM. Alright. Similarly, for management only mode, the minimum resource requirement is 4 CPU core and 8 gigabytes of RAM. And for legacy mode, which is very minimal, the minimum resource requirement is 1 CPU core and 1 gigabyte of RAM. So you can change these modes, right? So if you want to change from legacy mode to panorama mode, you can do that, but as you know, you cannot revert it back. So you can change that if the minimum resource requirement is met. Okay, if the minimum resource requirement is met. All right, you can change from legacy mode to management only mode. That is also possible, right? Again, the same story, you cannot revert it back, but you can do this transition if the minimum resource requirement is met. You can change from panorama mode to log collector or log collector to panorama anytime. So this is allowed in both the ways, right? And also between panorama mode to management only mode and management only mode to panorama mode is always allowed. I mean, what I want is this: from panorama mode, if you want to change it to management only mode, you can do this at any point of time. So this is possible at any time, but from management only mode back to panorama mode, you need to take care about if minimum resource requirement is met, this condition will be applicable. But for panorama mode to log collector back to panorama, this can be done anytime between both the directions. All right, so I hope this particular piece is also clear to all of you.